What it means to Sabrina Daly.
Good afternoon, and I am Dwayne Moody, and we're here at the Philip Goldson International Airport, where we're anticipating the arrival of the President from the Republic of China, Taiwan, Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen. Sabrina, this is another momentous occasion where we're having an official state visit to Belize, and of course, we're here to bring you everything that is going to happen today. Yeah.
Yes, as Dwayne rightly mentioned, this is a momentous occasion. We are anticipating the official arrival of the delegation of the Republic of China, Taiwan. The President herself will be in attendance. As you know, Dwayne, this is her second time visiting Belize. In about 5 years ago was her last time, I believe so. But we are very happy to be providing you the coverage this evening. We will be giving you the step-by-step process of what takes place when we have an official arrival. We will also be providing you with the information, a bit of information of what you can expect as it relates to her itinerary this trip here in Belize. It is only 3 days, but in this case, you try to make as much as you can with the time that you have.
Of course, at this point in time, of course, there's the marching on of the band as well as the military, but we can tell you that the President is traveling with about 120 persons on her delegation. 40 of those are media personnel. She's traveling from Guatemala to Belize at this time, and of course this Central American tour is crucial at this time, right, Sabrina?
Yes, indeed. It comes on the heels of some unwelcomed information, if we can say that much so, where it was officially announced about a week ago that Honduras has been severed their ties with the Republic of China, Taiwan, and moved over to forming an alliance with China. So where we are now, or where Taiwan essentially is right now, is at a point of really securing bilateral relations that they do have left, which is only 13 countries. In Central America alone, we know that their alliance is Belize and Guatemala.
Yeah, and they do have with several other CARICOM states, including Haiti as well. They do, but understand that, you know, when having international bilateral relations with countries, it's about showing acceptance of your sovereignty and all of that, and so it's a very crucial moment at this time for Taiwan, and so they're here in Belize just to say, you know what, we want to strengthen our cooperation between both countries, and to show that, you know what, there's solidarity there.
Indeed, very much so, Dwayne. The viewers would know, if you're a Belizean, you would know that Taiwan has been a long-standing friend to Belize. It has been 32 years this year, makes 32 years of bilateral relations between both countries. We also know that Taiwan was a part or a big support in Belize gaining its independence. It's so important that we also show solidarity to Taiwan in this instance as well.
You know, Sabrina, our records show that when in the aftermath of Hurricane Lisa, Taiwan was one of the first countries that lended support to Belize. They supported us with $400,000 in relief for those who were most affected by Hurricane Lisa, and we can't say thank you enough for that. We know that cooperation between both countries span various areas, including education, culture, agriculture, and even health and infrastructure. I can tell you that in terms of education, we have a lot of Belizeans who are studying over in Taiwan, in Taipei. We also have, I think, the most recent amount of students who got scholarship, I think it was up to 60 last year, Sabrina. But there are so many more cooperations that Belize and Taiwan has. I know we will be sharing with you part of the itinerary for the President and her delegation, but we can say that there will be a visit to the sheep and goat project that is in Central Farm, and I can tell you guys about that. We've been reporting on it, where, you know, we've developed that industry so much that we know that the Ministry of Agriculture is also looking at the potential of not only meeting the demands of the local market, but also seeing how we can export the meat from sheep and goat to our neighboring countries. And so these are all among the cooperations that Belize and Taiwan has. They provide that technical support, and of course we provide the labor and the assistance there, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, the support that Taiwan has lent to Belize spreads across very, very widely, Dwayne. As you rightly mentioned, we can speak to areas where they have supported in education, the health system, infrastructure, as you rightly mentioned, agriculture. What we do know is one of the final visits that the president will be making is for an official exhibition of women in economic empowerment. That was a project that was held last year in August, and essentially the project spoke to providing empowerment to women that have been severely economically impacted during COVID-19. So this will really be an opportunity to show and meet with the women directly that were positively impacted by the many programs that Taiwan has been a part of.
Yeah, we see where in terms of culture, we began our broadcast today, with Sabrina speaking a little Mandarin, but we can tell you that in terms of culture, since 2017, the Embassy of Taiwan here in Belize has been hosting a Mandarin language program in Belize. There's also the annual Taiwan Day where Belizeans can come out and really learn everything Taiwan. I think sometimes we think that we're so far apart that there's no correlation or there's no relationship between, but the exchange, you realize that, we're both the same.
Yes,
you understand?
yes.
We're culturally diverse.
And I think the greatest part of it is that there's a sense of willingness on both sides to share the culture, the cultural exchange between us. I mean, I'll let the viewers know, when we came here this afternoon, we spoke to Taiwanese people here, and we asked, hey, how do you say this? How do you say that? Because we really want to show that we appreciate the cultural aspects of our friend Taiwan. We want to learn as much as we can, and we have seen in many instances where they have done the same for us.
Yeah, and just talking about cultural diversity, and I just want to speak to our Spanish-speaking viewers out there. Voy a hablar un poquito de español. Somos aquí en el Aeropuerto Internacional de Belice, donde va a llegar el presidente of the Republic of China, Taiwan, doctora Tsai Ing-Wen. Ella va a tener reuniones con el primer ministro John Briceno y también con el ministro de Relaciones Exteriores Amon Courtney, y también ella va a tener un sitio con las personas de Taiwán que viven aquí en Belice, y nosotros vamos a traer todos esos eventos para ustedes. We are going to be here and we will be bringing you all of that. That was just to inform our Spanish-speaking people out there as well.
So we just want to give you a bit of an idea of some of the people that are in attendance on the flight coming in. Yeah. We have the President herself, Her Excellency Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen. We also have the Secretary General of the Office of the President, which is Ling Chia-lung.
Yeah, we will have the Minister from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Wu Jai-shen. We will also have the Minister of Overseas Community Affairs Council, that is Su Chiai-ching. We will have the Deputy Secretary General of the Office of the President, Chang Tun-han. We will have several legislators that are traveling with the President. We have the Deputy Minister from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan, that is Chen Chi. We have the Doctor of the President, Chen Sang-wen.
We also have the Director General of the Third Bureau of the Office of the President, and that is Chiao Gao-wei, as well as the spokesperson of the Office of the President, Lin Yu-chan, and the Lieutenant General Commander, Department of Security Affairs of the Office of the President, Li Qing-jan.
We will also traveling along with the President is the Director General of Department of Public Affairs from her office, Carl Sun. We have, of course, the Ambassador for the Republic of China, Taiwan in Belize, Su Lili Li Wen. We have the Director General from the Department of Latin America and the Caribbean Affairs, Cheng Li Cheng. We have the Director General from the Department of Protocol for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from Taiwan, Li Chi-chiang.
We also have the Director General of the Office of the Parliamentarian Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Li Yu-jung, and the Secretary General of Taiwan International Corporations and Development Fund, Xiang Tian-yi. Director Secretary General of the Office of the President as well, Cheng Sheng-hun.
All right, we will have, of course, Ambassador from the Minister's Office, Chen Quan Chow. We will have the Major General Deputy Commander from the Department of Security Affairs, Lin Ho Ching. We'll have a staff from the Presidential Office, Lin Siu Huang. We will have staff consultant from the Presidential Office, Fan Kang Huao. We will have staff consultant from the Presidential Office, Chen Hu Chen. We will have also consultant from the Office of Spokesperson from the Office of the President, Liao Su Kwan.
And the staff consultant of the Department of Public Affairs, Ling Hing Hoon, and of course the Section Chief Department of Security Affairs of the Office of the President, Qian Xiu Fang. So, as you rightly mentioned, Dwayne, it's a host of people that are arriving with the President herself. As we mentioned, 40 of them alone is media. So we can expect a lot of people in attendance. But of course, I think it really speaks to how much we want to be a part of this process, how much we want to meet the Belizean side. And of course, we, as you mentioned in Spanish, we have our team over here that are awaiting as well in attendance. As we will be giving you the step-by-step process, one of the first people that will be meeting the President is the Ambassador and the CEO of Foreign Affairs, CEO Amalia Mai. We also have our GG, Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam. We can also expect the Honorable Eamon Courtney, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Prime Minister himself, as well as his wife. We can also expect the spouses of these people as well, in attendance.
Sabrina, I mentioned it when I was speaking a little Spanish, but and you did also earlier, is that there will be several meetings that will be taking place over the 2-day visit that the President is making, the official state visit. Those include, it starts from tonight, where there will be a meeting with, of course, the Taiwanese nationals who live here in Belize, who are here in Belize. That will happen later today. And then, of course, on Monday, there's a special sitting of the House of Representatives, where, of course, there will be some signing of technical cooperation framework and agreement over digital devices. Of course, the Prime Minister will also be meeting with the President, and those are preludes to the special sitting of the House of Representatives.
Yes. Aside from that, as we mentioned to you guys, there's so many things, so many projects that Taiwan has heavily invested in, and one of them, as you rightly mentioned, was the Sheep and Goat project. So there will be a special inspection of that project in Central Farm, and that will be taking place tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Before that, of course, the Governor General Dame Froila Salam will be having a luncheon, a state luncheon with the President and her delegation, of course. Then that visit to the Sheep and Goat, and then there will be a dinner hosted by the Prime Minister. I believe it will be at the Museum of Belize in Belize City. That is definitely happening tomorrow. Yeah.
So what I want us to really explain in this moment is the importance of the arrival. As you mentioned when we first started, the President and her delegation is coming directly from Guatemala.
Yes,
I believe she was there on Friday.
Yeah.
So this is a very small tour, but important tour, as the President and her delegation, the Republic of China, Taiwan, essentially secure her bilateral ties that has been created over time. This comes on the heels, as we mentioned, of an announcement that was made by Honduras that they will be separating themselves from the Republic of China, Taiwan, and forming an alliance with China instead. This took place, I believe it was exactly a week ago. It was officially announced. So in response to that, Belize did issue its own press release in showing its solidarity with the Republic of China, Taiwan. And I just want to read a very short quote from our own release. And we said, Belize and Taiwan will work to strengthen their cordial bilateral relations based on shared values, the respect of the rule of law, democracy, and human rights, and mutual interest. So that was Belize's response to the news that Honduras has separated itself from Taiwan. As you would know, Dwayne, there are also many other countries that have done so as well. I believe one of them that Honduras followed was Nicaragua, as well as the Dominican Republic. So as it stands right now, Taiwan has only 2 alliances in Central America, and that is Belize and Guatemala. So that is essentially one of the main reasons why they are visiting currently. But we can say, what we can say on a lighter note is that Belize appreciates Taiwan, the contributions that they have made. We recently list out only some of the areas that they have truly impacted Belize economically, through infrastructure, through health, through education, through agriculture. And we can expect that this visit will touch on a bit of that, but of course we can't do everything in 3 days. So we are looking forward to providing you coverage of that. Some of them will be closed meetings, but we will be providing you with everything that we possibly can to have you, our viewers, be a part of this official visit.
Yes, Sabrina, you said it right. They have 2 countries in Central America that they've been able to retain diplomatic ties with, and of course that's Guatemala and Belize. And they've been lessening their ties have been lessening over the few months, and the president is trying to ensure that it maintains the ties with the 13 countries that they still have diplomatic relations with. I can tell you, we can speak to some of her speech that she gave in Guatemala, where she said, when she addressed the leaders in Guatemala, she says that her visit is a chance to show Taiwan's commitment to democratic values globally, and that the trip is in an effort to solidify ties in Latin America as China continues to funnel monies into the region and pressure these countries to break off relations with the self-governed democratic island, the Republic of China, Taiwan. Again, like you said, the visit comes exactly 1 week after Honduras became the latest country to of course, sever those ties. And the president is doing her best to ensure that, Taiwan wants to, to rid itself of a bully. To put it bluntly, it's trying to rid itself of a bully. And so that's what it's trying to do, and it's doing this short tour in Central America. We can tell you that the president did stop in the U.S. Before coming to this region, visit with Guatemala over the last 2 days. She's now coming to Belize. She will spend 2 days here, and then she returns to the U.S. in L.A., where she's going to meet with someone from the U.S. government before returning back to Taiwan.
That's right, and I just want to allow us to really share some of the areas that Taiwan has impacted Belize once more. As we mentioned, there are areas in the health system that are too much to mention, but one of the biggest ways that Taiwan had supported us was during COVID-19. They provided equipment, they provided financial assistance. Their response efforts expanded through to the medical supplies, as I mentioned, equipment, including the surgical and N95 mask, protective gowns, and ventilators. They were also recently, history was made when they contributed to history in Ambergris Key by providing and funding a very new hospital, the first hospital in Ambergris Key.
$33 million it's going to cost, and they've committed to assisting Belize with that. And so we have to say thank you.
Yes.
It's sure a grant, but we have to say thank you to the Republic of China, Taiwan. Sabrina, I believe if everybody is seeing, it would appear that the aircraft is is making its way and soon about to land here on the tarmac at the Philip Goldson International Airport. The president and her delegation are traveling via China Air. 120 persons in that delegation,
including 40 media personnel.
Yes, so just so you can get an idea of what is going to happen when the plane lands. Of course, CEO Ambassador Amal Emai will be entering the aircraft and, of course, welcoming the president once again to Belizean soil. Ambassador Amal Emai will be doing that. After she does that, of course, there is a bouquet that will be given to the president by a special needs a child, Shamika Carr.
Directly after that, the president will alight the aircraft and a flag will be hoisted by the BDF. And then directly after that, the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam, will be the first to greet the president.
Yes, the president will be escorted to the dais for salute and the national anthem
takes place.
Yes, after that there will be an inspection of the Guard of Honor, and then the president will return to the dais for the general salute.
The president will be introduced, and as we rightly mentioned, some of the supportive people in here, in this case, will be the spouses. As you can see here, the China Airlines have officially
landed,
touched down on Belizean soil.
Yes. It's another Ambassador. Let's grab her quick. Let's speak quickly with Ambassador Dr. Candy Spitz. Ambassador, this is another momentous occasion, this time with you as Ambassador for Belize to Taiwan. Let's talk about how important this moment is.
Well, it's very important. It's a tangible... What are we doing?
We're talking to
We're live.
Sorry. Well, it's a tangible attestment of the president's visit to Belize. It's a tangible attestment of the strength of the bilateral relationship between Belize and Taiwan. And as you know, we have established diplomatic relations since 1989. And over the decades, we have continued to work on both sides to strengthen the diplomatic relationship. And this is just one of those signal that we are going in the right direction.
Another moment in history.
Yes, it is. Well, this is her second visit, and so I'm hoping that she will enjoy, because one thing about Taiwan and the Taiwanese, they have been very gracious and benevolent hosts. They hosted our Prime Minister and his delegation just recently, and so it's really good and pleasing to see that hospitality reciprocated here in Belize.
Ambassador, one of the main things that we spoke about being the contributions and the exchange that took place between Belize and Taiwan is culture. And I know that you're there in Taiwan. Can you speak to some ways that you provided your own Belizean exchange of culture?
So indeed, inherent in the framework of our diplomatic relationship are those opportunities for cultural exchanges. And the Embassy of Belize in Taiwan has been engaging initiatives to promote Belizean cultures in Taiwan, so as to build people-to-people understanding between the people of Taiwan and the people of Belize. And some of those initiatives have been Belize Cultural Month, a Belize Women's Month that we had recently, a Belize Cuisine Month. And we have also participated in travel fairs, in business expos, and these are all towards that end to have the people of Taiwan know more about Belize, one of its most reliable diplomatic allies in Central America.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. There you have it, guys. That was Ambassador Dr. Candy Spitz, the Belize ambassador to Taiwan. And of course, she spoke about how historic, mind you, even though it's the second visit by the president, it is still history being made, you know. And of course, she spoke about the relations, the bilateral relations, the exchanges
Yes.
that Belize and Taiwan has been able to enjoy over the years. Over 3 decades,
Yes.
32 years of diplomatic relations since October 11,
Yes.
1989. Yeah.
I mean, as you mentioned before we had our interview, we only touched on some of the areas that Taiwan has exchanged its culture to us. As you mentioned, in 2017, a Mandarin exchange language
Yeah.
took place. And of course, there's the Taiwan Day. So we always look forward to hearing how Belize is sharing its culture to Taiwan through the ambassador over there.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I don't think I partook in the first time the president arrived in Belize.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about this opportunity and, of course, doing it here with you,
Yes,
Sabrina.
yes, thank you. I feel absolutely the same way. So as we mentioned to you, this is a 3-day visit by the president and her delegation. It's a very short trip, but it's very impactful because she will be covering as many bases as possible as it relates to investments that Taiwan has made and collaborations that Taiwan has made with Belize. So 2 of the main areas that they will be visiting is the Sheep and Goat Project as well as the Women Economic Empowerment Project.
You know, there is one area that I don't think a lot of people realize that we've had partnership or at least cooperation with Taiwan in, and that's in terms of maritime efforts. We have information that would suggest that the Belize Fisheries Department received satellite equipment and tracking and monitoring system from the Republic of China, Taiwan. The satellite equipment is used to improve the safety conditions of those who work at sea, and it also improves the work of the Fisheries Department in tracing Belize's fishing resources. Last year, a cooperation between both Belize and Taiwan was recently signed on behalf of the Ocean Affairs Council, and the scope of the agreement includes search and rescue, fisheries enforcement, and combating transnational crimes at sea.
Yes, yes. And that's, as we mentioned, Dwayne, only some of the areas that Taiwan has contributed. We haven't even mentioned the MSMEs. We only touched on one part of agriculture. So we can see that the airplane is making its circle in. I believe our viewers are getting the front seat experience. You know, we're here, but we're zooming in and you're seeing up close and everything.
Personal, right?
Yes.
Everything that is taking place. Of course, this is what we're here for. We are here to bring you everything that is going to happen. Of course, the official ceremony when the president alights the aircraft is really short, and from there she is whisked off to other meetings, meetings with the Prime Minister, what have you, tonight. I know that today she will be meeting with Taiwanese nationals in Belize. We will bring to you as much as we can from that official event that she's going to have.
Yes. So as Dwayne mentioned, directly following the official arrival, the president will be meeting with community members, the Taiwanese community members. But tomorrow is really where it gets busy for the delegation and the president. She will be in a signing ceremony for Technical Cooperation Framework Agreement, and she will be handing over digital devices. So we will be providing you coverage of that. But directly after, she will be meeting with the Prime Minister himself, Honorable John Briceño, and there will be a special sitting of the House of Representatives as well. And all of that takes place just in the morning.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, it will be a tight schedule, but she's trying to cover all the bases that she possibly can in a short space of time.
Yeah, then at 12 midday, she will have that state lunch with the Governor General, Her Excellency Foila Salam. Thereafter, she goes to Central Farm, where there will be an inspection of the Sheep and Goat Project. After that event, she retires until 7 p.m. Or thereabouts, where there will be a dinner with the Prime Minister at the Museum of Belize. And then, of course, she will be attending on Tuesday an exhibition of achievements of women economic empowerment, the Women Economic Empowerment Project in Belize City before she departs the country.
Yes, yes. All right, Dwayne, we have the airplane in front of us. As you can
Yeah.
see, China Airlines has officially made its stop on
Yeah.
Belizean soil. And what immediately follows, or what exactly you can expect, is the Ambassador Amalia Mai, CEO of Foreign Affairs. She will enter the aircraft to welcome the president to Belize.
Yes.
We have a very beautiful special needs girl with us that will be giving the president a flower bouquet. That's Shamika Carr. You will be seeing her shortly. And then the president will alight the aircraft.
Of course, she will. Of course, a flag will be hoisted by the BDF, and then Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam, will be the first to greet the president. The president will be escorted to the dais for salute and the playing of the national anthem. Thereafter, there will be the inspection of the Guard of Honor before the president returns to the dais for the general salute. The president will, of course, be introduced to the official guests here. Those include the spouse of the GG, Daniel Mendez, Foreign Minister, Honorable Amon Courtney. We will also have the Taiwanese ambassador to Belize, Ambassador Lily Wen-Tu. We will have Belize's ambassador to Taiwan, Ambassador Dr. Candy Spitz.
All right, that's right, Dwayne. As you mentioned, we are expecting a lot of people coming off this plane. Just about 120 persons are currently on board China Airways, and the president of China Taiwan is included. Aside from that alone, we are expecting at least 40 media personnel.
And we listed, I think it's about 29 government officials that are traveling along with the president, and those persons, of course, some of them will be attending these bilateral meetings with ministers of government and all of that during the 3-day visit here in Belize. It's the official visit of Her Excellency Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen, the President of the Republic of China, Taiwan, today, Sunday, April 2nd, 2023.
All right, so the doors are open.
Yeah.
Usually, Dwayne, you know, we gave out the long list of what happens in this process, but it really happens so quickly.
It does.
It really takes place in a short space of time, but everything means something.
Yeah, okay. As we can see, it looks like some of the government officials are, of course, lighting the aircraft ahead of the president herself.
As we mentioned, there is 120 persons on board China Airlines, including the president herself of the Republic of China, Taiwan. 40 in that group are media personnel, so it's very likely that these can be media people as well.
Yeah, we noticed that. We noticed that Ambassador and CEO Amalia Mai has just, along with the Taiwanese ambassador, they're being greeted. They're greeting some of the Taiwanese officials who just alighted the aircraft. And then, of course, they will be making their way towards the aircraft to welcome the president, Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen, onto Belizean soil.
So we have CEO of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Amalia Mai, making her way up close to the entrance of the plane, and she's also accompanied by Gigi herself, Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam, and Shamika Carr, that will be presenting a bouquet to the president.
All right. It's, as you can see on your screens, we're bringing to you the close-up everything of what is taking place. The president of Taiwan, of the Republic of China, Taiwan, is soon to make her way down those steps and onto Belizean soil.
All right, in just about a few minutes, we will be seeing, or perhaps less, we will be seeing the president make herself place at the entrance.
Yeah, of the aircraft. Of course, guys, this is the live broadcast of the official state visit by President of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen.
It is currently 4:11 p.m. and this is a great day, Dwayne. We are welcoming our friends of long-standing friendship at that, the Republic of China, Taiwan. We've been friends for 32 years. This year makes 32 years.
Yes, it does. October 11th, I believe.
Yes.
That's the date when... oh, there we have it. It's the president, Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen. She has, of course, exited the aircraft, and as you can see, Ambassador CEO Amal Mai is making her way up the steps along with the Taiwanese ambassador to Belize.
Yes.
She is being welcomed to Belize, and then of course she will make her way down those stairs. It is not often that you see female leaders of countries, right? I believe even back in 2018, she was already the president back then when she made her visit, right? And so, she's making her way down.
She's making her way down. And what immediately follows after this, she should be presented a bouquet.
Yes.
By Shamika Carr, and she will be greeted and welcomed by the Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam.
Yeah. Of course, the president will then make her way to the dais where the for salute and the national anthem of Belize will be played.
All right, she's making her way. Now, what takes place now? President Tsai Ing-Wen is making her way over to the dais.
Yes.
There she is standing on the dais. She's received her beautiful bouquet.
Yeah. All right, so of course she's getting her salute at this time, and then there's going to be the inspection of the Guard of Honor.
Yes.
All right, guys, the salute is taking place at this time.
She just received the
salute, and now there will be the inspection of the guard, I believe.
Yes.
she is being invited, I believe, at this time for the inspection of the guard.
Yes.
And so now she's now about to walk off the dais to go and do the inspection.
That is President Tsai Ing-Wen making her inspection of the Guard of Honor. Thereafter, she will be returning to the dais for the General Salute.
Yes, guys, again, this is, of course, her second time that she's being welcomed to Belizean soil. This is a signal of the solidifying the relations between both Belize and Guatemala. Like you said earlier, Sabrina, Belize issued a statement immediately following Honduras severing ties with Taiwan, and of course reinforcing and reiterating that it will maintain diplomatic relations with the Republic of China, Taiwan, which it has enjoyed over the past 34 years. Since October 11th, 1989, I believe that's what it is, right? So it will be 34 years this year.
Yes.
Right, Sabrina?
Yes. And I believe she is at the end of the inspection.
Yes, it seemed that way.
And will be returning to the dais
Yes.
for the General Salute.
All right, guys. Remember that this is, of course, the broadcast of the official state visit by the President of Taiwan. Okay, the national anthem at this time. That was the national anthem of Belize. Yes, Sabrina.
And that was also the General Salute.
Yes, it was. The President will, of course, soon alight the dais, and she will be introduced to some special guests, including the spouse of the Governor General, Daniel Mendez,
the Foreign Minister, Honorable Eamon Courtney.
Also the Taiwanese ambassador to Belize, of course the Belize's ambassador to Taiwan, Ambassador Dr. Candice Pitts.
As you can see, vehicles are making their way over to receive the President.
This is all happening live right now, you guys, here at the Philip Goldson International Airport in Belize, where the President of the Republic of China, Taiwan, is making a second official visit to the country in 5 years. Of course, this is another moment in history that is being made as Taiwan is trying to solidify its diplomatic relations with Belize and Guatemala on a regional tour here in Central America after having lost relations with Honduras just last week.
Yes, and this will be a 3-day visit. They do leave on Tuesday, but we can expect, and we will be providing you coverage of as much as we possibly can. We do understand that some of the meetings will be closed, but we will be providing you coverage of areas of where we can, and we do know that some of that includes the projects that Taiwan has funded and supported, and one of the biggest ones being the sheep and goat project in Central Farm. So there will be an official inspection of that project, and the President will be meeting with other high officials, including the President himself. There will also be a special sitting of the House of Representatives, a luncheon with Her Excellency Dame Froila Salam, and a dinner with the Prime Minister of Belize as well.
Tonight she will be having a dinner with members of the Taiwanese community here in Belize. We understand that her presentation will be done in Mandarin at the opening ceremony later today. We will be providing you coverage of that, along with coverage of many of the other events that will be taking place, including that state dinner with the Prime Minister on Monday. You would need to tune into our newscast, because I can tell you that during our newscast we will be bringing you a live snippet from the Museum of Belize in Belize City, and then of course when the news wraps up we will bring you the full ceremony there. Okay?
Of course, this is the official coverage of the arrival of the Taiwan delegation to Belize. So we're not necessarily acting as reporters in this instance. We're doing it for the wider media.
Of course.
But you can expect news coverages across Belize as we follow the official arrival of the delegation of the Republic of China, Taiwan.
Yeah. Again, guys, just a little bit of Spanish for you again. ¿Qué ha sido aquí en el Aeropuerto Internacional de Belice? Es que la Presidenta del Republic of China, Taiwan, doctora Tsai Ing-Wen, ha llegado en Belice, y en este minuto ella va a ir a hacer una reunión con los ciudadanos de Taiwán que están aquí en Belice, y después en la mañana va a tener un sitio con el primer ministro de Belice, John Briceño, y nosotros vamos a traer todos los eventos que van a hacer aquí en Belice, ¿ok? So ella va a estar aquí por 3 días, llegaron hoy, y en jueves ella va a ir de Belice. Okay?
Perfect, Dwayne. So that was the official arrival of the President and her delegation, President Dr. Tsai Ing-Wen and her delegation to Belize. As Dwayne mentioned, this is her second trip in 5 years. We will be providing you with coverage as much as we possibly can, and we invite you to continue following the official state visit of the President of the Republic of China, Taiwan.
This visit, of course, secures the continued friendship and bilateral relations between these two diplomatic countries that spans 34 years of shared values and support to each other. We thank you guys for tuning in, and as we mentioned, we invite you to continue following throughout the next 2 days our coverage of her official state visit here to Belize.
Dwayne, can you sign off in Mandarin? How do you say I am Dwayne Moody?
How do you say I am Dwayne Moody? Waterminshu Dwayne Moody.
Waterminsu Sabrina Daly. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Share.